Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and finally I am filming again. Jesus Christ, I started work again and it's been fucking crazy, okay? I'm tired every fucking day and it's been just really hard to film. So for today's video, as the topic mentioned, I'm going to be doing a first impressions video of the e.l.f.'s iconic list of makeup. So I went through the e.l.f. website and I kind of like scrolled in through their iconic stuff, like the primer, the highlighter, and I kind of just ended up doing buying like a whole face of e.l.f. since it was pretty cheap. I was like, why not try every single iconic thing that they got? I'm excited. So if you want to see first impressions with me of e.l.f.'s iconic list of makeup, then let's get going. Okay guys, so since there isn't anything like moisturizing as a primer, I put a little bit of moisturizer just to kind of like prep a little my face. My face is very dry, so I'm not really sure about how the Poreless primer will do, but either way, I'm gonna begin with my eyes. I also forgot to mention that I got the matte for free as part of the purchase. They just gave it to me, and I thought that this was so cool because it has a mirror, and I think it's like 10 bucks if I'm not mistaken, and it's kind of like a nude-ish cool tone palette. So I always do eyes first, so let's get to that. I'm gonna prime my lid actually with a 16-hour Camo concealer just to see how that acts as, Jesus Christ, this is so big, as a primer and how it feels. I'm gonna put a little bit of this because I did try this product when it came in the mail because I was super excited. So it's thick and it's very, very heavy coverage. So yeah, I want to keep it light. I don't know how this is considered medium. This is fucking white. Cool, I look like crazy. So I'm just gonna set that with the first shade. They don't have names. Yeah, they don't. So I'm just gonna take the lightest shade and I'm just gonna set that. So I tried a couple of the shades to kind of like use them on my arm, and some of them are very pigmented and others are barely there, so I'm just gonna do my best. I'm actually trying to recreate the look that I did. Actually wouldn't go with this shirt in the least, but it's what I want to recreate, so fuck it. So I want to recreate what I did for New Year's Eve in the sense that I did a very structured look, but in actual New Year's Eve I did it very black and very like, you know, like in there. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up some of the gray, the light gray here, and I'm gonna work that on my crease very, very precisely. I don't know why I picked this fluffy brush, but fuck it. Let's see how that goes. I don't know how pigmented this is. It has a little pickup from what I can tell. It's actually a really nice gray. I'm afraid it's that these shades, when you blend them, they disappear, which is typically what used to happen with my cheap eyeshadows. So I'm trying to see how this blends out. And this brush has not failed me once, so if it fails me today, it's the eyeshadow. Okay, so here's the juice. As I said before, some shades are pigmented and others aren't. The dark gray that I choose to like kind of darken up at the end, that was patchy as fuck. Like that didn't blend out at all. And then I tried to use another dark brown to kind of go on top of that, and that was actually not so bad. When I tried to pick out the dark gray, it picked up everything. When I did like this, it took off the light gray and the dark gray, so that kind of impressed me. Not in a good way. And then I tried doing the brown, the same thing, and then it doesn't get off. Because what I was trying to do is trying to create a base for the gray, so that isn't happening anymore. So what I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. liquid shadow. I don't even know the name. I'm gonna roll that on top of everything to see kind of how I can fix this. Oh my goodness Lord, this is beautiful. Oh dear Lord. Have I found my new love? Wait, no. Can you actually see this? Dear Lord Jesus, I knew that when I saw you, I wanted you and I had reasons to want you. That is so pretty and reflective. Ooh, and I like that it's kind of like see-through, so you can actually see what's going on underneath. So if you actually use it black, that works. You can kind of give even more life to that. So let's see how this blends out. Because I like the glitter to be a little like, you know, sparse. Not sparse, but kind of like more free than the matte. That's pretty, but that'll take up anything underneath. I can already see everything underneath taken off. Like, yeah, it's already off. Anything that I put there, gone. I feel like this is kind of a I put it on and then forget about it. Like just a one thing and then I forget about it. Like if I want to go out and I don't want to try that hard, then that's what this would entail. And not even like when I press it without actually, you know, moving it, it looks pretty opaque. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other eye and then we're gonna jump into the face and see what that is all about. Okay guys, so this is what the eyes look like. I put a little bit of mascara and I really like this glitter. I mean, it hasn't dried out so far, but I do like it. It's kind of like a nice, I feel like it would be really nice to kind of like put it all over your eyes and kind of like just walk out the door if you want to go out and you don't want to like really try. So let's jump into the face. Okay, so I'm gonna try the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I don't even know how to put this on. I'm guessing you take a little bit like, oh fuck, like, yeah, like, okay. Yeah, it's kind of super creamy actually. Okay, let's see. It's actually creamier than I thought it'd be. I don't really have issues with pores, but I can see them and I'd like to not see them, so that's a thing. So I'm guessing I'll see the real effect once I put the foundation on, but so far I do feel like it is coming a little bit, and what I like is that it's not matte. It doesn't leave my skin actually feeling dry or peely, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more so over the face. I know this is just for pores, but it's a primer at the end of the day, so I'm just gonna put that there. This is really creamy. I didn't expect this to be this creamy. I expected it to be a little more dry and not good. But so far, I'm actually into it. I do feel like it has kind of like made it a little bit glowy also. And yeah, I do feel like it is covering up my pores and kind of like, you know, laying that smoothness around. So let's try the foundation. I did try the foundation, so that I did pick up perfectly because I did try to see if it would match me, and it oxidizes really nicely. It's sand, which is light medium with neutral undertones. This is what I usually go for when people ask me what's my shade. It's usually medium with neutral undertones, because if I choose warm, it's too yellowy, and if I choose cool tone, it is too pink. So I'm just gonna roll in and I'm gonna actually put some on my hand. I honestly do not remember what's the coverage of this. I think it's medium and a satin finish. That I do know. It's supposed to leave a super satin finish on the skin, which I'm into. I love satin. That's my favorite finish. And again, it might look a little, it actually looks like it matches me perfectly, but it oxidizes just a little bit so that it matches me perfectly, which is really nice. My skin looks pretty even, which is kind of the coverage that I like, as I mentioned before. So I'm actually glad with how this looks so far. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of this, because this is pretty high coverage, and then I'm gonna, you know, go into it as I wish. I haven't put it underneath my eyes, but this is thick. No ass. That shit looks like, oh my god. What the fuck, bro? I have very dark under eyes, but when you use a very light concealer that's not kind of like your skin tone, it almost highlights them. Like, you can see that darkness. It looks like I'm baking. Jesus Lord. It's just not my favorite, and it is way too light. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put on some more foundation underneath that. I'm gonna put some on top of that to kind of like decrease that super lightness. So hopefully the concealer in Chestnut would be a good bronzer, because this is what I'm gonna use as bronzer. So let's see. I've seen people do this, so if they do it, it's completely possible. Oh dear. Okay. Let's just use that Why did I do this? And I went so low. This side is good. Actually, not a bad shade. Oh, this goes really, really nice, actually. Maybe as a foundation, that will look good because this is blending out really, really nicely. And it doesn't look as dry as my under eyes because my under eyes are very, very dry. So that may be the reason why it looks so dry on my under eyes. But this looks really nice there. Like, oh, it looks so nicely bronzed. And it doesn't take off any of the coverage. That looks good. There you go. Saved. That looks really nice. I like it. I'm a fan of this. It looks so naturally bronzed. I'm into it. I'm into it. So I'm just gonna take, instead of dabbing that on my face, I'm gonna take a little bit on my brush to finish bronzing my face. This looks really, really nice. Blends out really, really nice on the face. So maybe using the concealer as a foundation if you have drier skin might work. But I don't feel like it works with my skin, which is super dry. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, I look delicious. Okay. So since they didn't send me a blush, I'm just gonna use whatever blush. I'm gonna actually try the highlight. I think this is the last one. Is this the last one already? Okay. So I'm gonna try the highlight in Mega and White Gold. Let's see how that goes. I don't think this matches really at all. I'm going with gold. People are mixing and matching, so let's try this. Let's try the texture. So this is, yes, this is solid powder for sure. So let's see how that goes. I'm just gonna dab on my brush. It feels pretty stiff, like, and I don't feel like anything's coming out of there. Let's see what we get. Please don't let it be just glitter. Okay, nothing's coming out. And this is iconic. Maybe like a film. Maybe there's a film. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I think there was a film on top of it. Like now it's pretty glittery now that I did do that. Let's see. Let's see how pretty powdery. Let's see how that goes. Ooh. Holy shiz. What the fuck, bro? Can you even, what? What? Holy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit because that's intense. It had like a film and like now it's intense highlight, which I'm into, don't get me wrong, I'm just gonna blend it out a little. Yeah, turn it down a little more. Holy shit, that's reflective stuff. That's really cool. Okay. So I'm just gonna finish the eye for the sake of the look, and then we're just gonna do the lip. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I even used the highlighter on the inner corner because it's so amazing that I needed to do it. So for the last product, the one that I got here is the lip lacquer. I noticed that they came out with more lip lacquers that have glitter, which kind of made me a little sad because I don't have those. I have the actual clear one. Yeah, it's in the shade clear. And since the eyes have been so a little bit intense and the face as well, I'm gonna go ahead and use the clear one. I really like this because it doesn't feel, it kind of feels like a balm. So it's not an intense gloss. It's not like sticky. That's something that my mom and I hate. I just remember because my mom told me that another lip gloss, and it's really, really nice, especially if you have very dry lips. It's kind of like literally a balm and it has no color. So if you want anything to be glossy and juicy, you just put this on top. So let's do the roundup. The glitter on the eyes, this is something that I really, really like, especially because it's so sparse and kind of like not super opaque. You can make it opaque, but it's not super opaque, so you can play around with it. Like if, as I said before, if you want to get ready and you want to look kind of like glittery and, you know, wow, but without trying that hard, you just put that all over your eyes, tap it out, and that's it, and you feel like you get a really big impact of this. And I really like that it has colorful glitter on it so that your eyes have a little bit more dimension. For the matte for matte shadow, again, some shades are pigmented, some aren't, some are easy to blend out. I really like this gray. I don't have grays in my collection, so this was a really nice addition because I was able to create depth with one shade. I really, really like that, especially because it makes it versatile for looks. For the face, the primer, I really think it's really nice because it didn't dry out, it didn't peel on my skin. It really did make my face kind of like a flawless canvas, and I really like that it illuminated as well. It wasn't like matte, especially because the iconic one is the original one. I know that they came out with a hydrating one, so that's really nice, especially if you had drier skin. The hydrating one must be even better. The foundation, I really, really like. This is kind of like a natural foundation. It's a little, what can I say? Right now I have a lot of pictures, so I don't know how I feel about things. But so far, so good. I do like, it is pretty natural. I do like, this is something that I would use on the day-to-day. Even when I go out, I use this kind of foundation, but I stick to this more on the day-to-day because it's just, it grabs on a little to the dry spots, and when I go out, I like looking pretty flawless. For the concealer, I must say that I'm kind of into it now. I guess the light shade really emphasized my texture, and I don't know if it's because I went in with the foundation on top that made it a little bit more satin rather than matte. I really liked it on the face though, like the one that I used, the chestnut one that I used as a bronzer. I really, really liked it. I love the shade that I picked because it looks so warm and like naturally bronzed. If this is something that you're into, if you like cream bronzers, I highly suggest this. Even if you have dry skin, this does not hold on to any dry patches around my face. The foundation surprisingly isn't sinking into my smile lines, which is really, really nice. The highlight, I don't need to say anything. Obviously, if you're into really highly metallic shades, I don't use these anymore. But you know, every once in a while, you wanna, holy shit, you wanna do that. So that's really nice. The gloss, again, it's something that I really, really like because it's so comfortable. Like, it just feels like a balm, and then my lips look juicy, especially mine because they're always cracked and I never take care of them. I never exfoliate or anything. So it's really nice to have glosses that have my back and can make my lips look juicy without me trying. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I had so much fun trying out this product, so if you want me to try anything else, you can comment it down below. If you want me to try any more looks with this kind of like eye situation that we got here, just let me know. I really, really liked e.l.f. products. I think that this just shows how really cheap makeup can look really, really expensive. Like, honestly, none of this looks cheap at all. Like, it is cheap, but it doesn't look cheap. Like, I don't think if anyone could see me out on the streets, they would tell me, hey, what the fuck? I think it looks really, really nice. Everything looks very high end. I'm really pleased. Really pleased. I'm surprised that I liked most of everything. So yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it for today. Please give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!